The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain.
Yeah, Ghostbusters Day, what a day it was. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be out in New York again this year. Last year I was out there with Darren and the guys.
For the 40th. In fact, I'm currently wearing our crew t-shirt we made for the 40th, and an absolutely amazing time we had for the 40th. It was incredible, and I couldn't make it this year personally, just life and all that sort of stuff got in the way a little bit, and I must admit, part of me was thinking 41st ain't going to be anything special, ain't going to be as big, but then I see all the pictures and it's like it looked just as busy, which was, and that's not a complaint. I was very pleased to see that it was.
Carrying on. We was extremely fortunate. Obviously, the guys from Yes Have Some, Craig, Jacob, and Abby, and that they put on this amazing party on the Friday night, which was great just to catch up with everybody. And that was at Rodney's, which happens to be just opposite Melody's Diner, as it was in Frozen Empire. So. That was pretty cool. Eric from Sony Ghost Corps, he attended, as did McKenna, which was really lovely. McKenna, sweetness and light as she always is. Lots of time for the fans to have photos, to chat. So it made a really good start to the 41st,
Yeah, no, it looked amazing. I mean, just talking about McKenna just for a second, going off track. I mean, we obviously met her at the crew screening of Frozen Empire, and she was, again, made so much time for the fans and all that, and very lovely person you want representing the franchise.
Oh, without a doubt. She's a very she's obviously a young lady who just knows how to carry herself with the fans. She can hold court, can't she? Within when we was at the at the premiere in London, she told the fans, because they were getting a little bit angst, and she was like, "Calm down. I will get to everybody. You will all get a photo, you will all get an autograph." And everyone they were so relaxed once she'd done that. And, showing maturity beyond her years, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
As I say. So, I mean, it was great to see her again. I had a couple of photos that where I'd spent time on the set of Frozen Empire with her that I got her to sign, which was really nice, and she remembered me from being there, which again is quite kind of her and that. And we had a great time, and thanks goes out to the guys at Yes Have Some for putting that on. I know what a lot of hard work that is, and it's always great fun to spend time with those people. So
yeah, I hope to meet them in person one day. They seem like great people from what I've seen on the podcast, and hopefully I can make it back next year. Hopefully do a party again.
Well,
time will tell.
Fingers crossed. I'm going to keep prodding Craig and that. I know he's got a lot going on, obviously with the new book coming out and a few other bits and pieces, and getting around to San Diego Comic Con and that. But really hopeful that we can do so again next year, because it was an absolute success.
Yeah, and you brought up his book. I mean, obviously we haven't got it yet. How good did it look from the previews? Oh, it looks insane.
Yeah. Obviously Craig and Troy have done what I can see to be an absolutely incredible job. Something me and Darren are so excited about receiving.
Yeah, absolutely. Dream book, basically.
Yeah, definitely. So when that comes out, we'll have it more or less straight away. We will do a review on that on one of the podcasts and that.
Absolutely.
Spend a little bit of time on that, because, as I say, it's something as fans we've waited for a long while.
And I mean, I kind of thought it was one of these things that would never happen, but we've always wanted the definitive book of the real Ghostbusters. Obviously, we've had the visual books about the franchise as a whole and the films, which have had tiny, just a small chapter on the real Ghostbusters, but to have a whole book.
Yeah, this year does very much feel like the year of the real Ghostbuster. Obviously with the Mondo releases.
The Mondo, and 40th anniversary of the real Ghostbusters next year.
Yeah.
So, exciting times.
The last of the petty cash went down the drain for Twinkies and coffee and a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Ray's got a plan, but it's held with tape. escape. Egon's experiments always misbehave. Venkman's flirting, but it's all escape, while the bank account looks like a dried up lake. The last of the petty cash went down the drain, for Twinkies and coffee in a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Ray's got a plan, but it's held with tape. Egon's experiments always misbehave. Venkman's flirting, but it's all escape, while the bank account looks like a dried up lake. The last of the petty cash went down the drain, for Twinkies and coffee in a busted chain. No more donuts, no more caffeine rain, just saving the city and feeling the strain. Janine shouting, the budget's toast. Ghost traps buzzing, but we're broke the most. No time to worry when there's a haunting post, but who knew fighting ghosts cost a ton of dough? Take one last job and hope for luck. Cross the streams if we're really stuck. Maybe one big ghost could change our clock, but for now we're broke